Hey, how you doing? Today, welcome to Udizzy's Fix the Chevy Silverado response truck. See, the fire department has a mechanic shop that fixes all the equipment, but Udizzy has to fix his own equipment. So what we're gonna do today is I need to change the thermostat and the thermostat sensor, I believe it is. So let's get started. First things first, we gotta open up the hood, but make sure you get the right products. This is what my truck calls for, the original equipment, and we got the thermostat and the sensor. You can find them online, and I watched a couple videos. It should be pretty easy. It's a common problem. What's happening is the fan is kicking on high, the dual fan, and the temperature is going down to 160. Normal running temperature is 210. So that tells me that the thermostat's bad, and I've heard that you can replace the sensor, and it could have been that, or it could have been that, but if you don't replace them both at the same time, you're gonna have this problem again. So I don't want the problem again, so we'll be fixing this. So what we're gonna need is this socket. It's a 19 millimeter for the sensor. You want a deep dish so it'll fit right over the sensor and you'll have no problem. But before that, you gotta remember, disconnect the battery. That's very important. If you don't disconnect the battery, the truck won't know that you have new parts in there. When you disconnect the battery and then reconnect it, it resets the computer in the truck. So our truck here, it didn't throw a code, so I'm gonna fix this now. It's acted up twice, and I'm one of those guys where I don't mess around. If it did it once, it did it twice, you know, I'm fixing it. So I got the parts. On this particular truck, this is the 5.3 V8 Silverado 2014. This air cleaner has to come off. You take this clamp here off and these two ends here, and then this just lifts out of the way, and the thermostat is here and the sensor's right on the other side of it. Easy to get to, but first we'll disconnect the battery with a 10 millimeter socket to make sure nothing happens. And that's over here. We'll tuck that right out of the way so it doesn't touch while we're working on the truck. All right, the trick with these clips are you gotta push the bottom up, I guess. This one looks like it's pretty much up already. See if I can reach underneath it and push it. This one seems to not want to come off. Are you gonna come off from me? Okay, what I figured out is, one, this clip didn't want to come up, the little piece. You actually supposed to push it up like this, just a little bit, and it's supposed to come out. It was giving me a hard time. So I just loosened the clamp, the clamp around the air box here, and slipped it out, and it actually will lift up enough where you can put something across to hold it, maybe. Yeah, right up out of your way. And what you got to do is disconnect this hose, and unclip this this little plug, and that's your sensor in there. So one thing I noticed is this is a pressurized system, so you want to open the cap over there. You're going to lose some fluid, so I'm going to put a little bucket underneath this. To be honest, I can't even see where I would put it, but I'm going to try. First thing I believe is this back hose. So let me put my goggles on so I can see what I'm doing. Maybe I have to just hold this up with my hand a bit. It's never fun, but it's got to be done, right? To play with you. It says no. I don't want to play. Ooh, sorry about that. All right.
I'm a little lubricated with antifreeze.
Apologize for that. On this hose. Oh, let me put something underneath this here.
Got a trusty bucket. No, it's not leaking that much. Oh yeah, I see. It is leaking a little bit out, but
Doesn't help any. I don't know if that's gonna help any because there's a big plastic thing underneath it.
Can we hold the hose up, maybe? I'll hold it.
Yeah, you can hold it up. It's gonna lose a little bit, but
out of this one too?
Yeah. Not much, but a little.
On to the next one.
Ugh.
Should I move?
Oh. Look at that. Wasn't even a lot. Now hold on, I'll get the bucket.
I'm just gonna hold it. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell in the air. In your air. And then after we'll just take a cloth and wipe most of that up.
Yeah. So, I believe this is 10 millimeter too. So, we're gonna loosen these 3 bolts. Comes pretty easy. And the new one of these comes with a new rubber seal for here, so you don't have to worry about that. And the new whatever that thing is,
Sensor?
sensor. The new sensor comes with sealant on the threads already, so you don't have to do any of that. What you got to do is make sure you don't lose any of these bolts. That's important. Oh, this stuff is sticky and nasty.
Well, we probably should have emptied the reservoir over there. Maybe that's what you're supposed to do.
I put it in the I caught a lot of it. We'll have to hose it down. Is that going?
Yeah.
So this is the old one. Here's the rubber seal. Make sure you take that off. Oh, we may have to scrape it. Yeah, we may have to scrape that off. Oh no, here it comes. But we're gonna clean that up anyways.
It's not a clean job, that's for sure.
Oh no. No. But one that has to be done. So we will do it. Just stick this in here a minute. See if it stays down. Yeah. See if it stays down a bit.
Let's take intermission.
All right, here's the new one. If you see the rubber's inside there already, so you just put this back on like this. Make sure it lines up properly, and then we'll put the bolts right back in. Let's just reverse the process. I'm gonna put this here. I should have sucked out of the reservoir so it wouldn't keep coming out, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this on here and then take out the sensor and put the new sensor in there.
Could you fill in for us? We're trading at the far end of our district.
These weren't too tight when I was taking them off, so don't tighten them too tight. It's just a plastic piece. Keep that in mind. Alright, now we'll switch the sockets. We'll go down on this.
Let me see, make sure I can get you in there.
Yeah, you just place the socket right over it, I guess. Break it loose. That wasn't too tight also, keep that in mind for when you're putting it back on. I heard to have this done, it's a couple $100. If you just get the parts yourself and do it yourself, it seems like it's a pretty easy process. There's the old one, and as you see, they do come with their own stuff, so we'll get the new one on there. All right, here's the new one. As you see, it's got the blue Loctite and a compression washer. Just gonna wipe this off from the old stuff. Make sure it goes in there on the threads properly. And then we'll put the socket right back onto it. I don't know what the torque specs are, but we'll put it on till it gets tight, I guess. There we go. Wipe things off. You take your clip and you put your clip back into it. You hear a clip, and that's to tell you you're done with that part. Now the little rubber hose gets put on there. Just want to pull that up some more so I can get this down on. There we go. Now squeeze her down. Beautiful. And this one underneath it, right back on. I got small hands. These things are always difficult for me. And the one eye don't help either. seems good. So then you try to wipe down what you can. It did make a mess, I'll tell you that. You want to, it's probably going to have to burn off a little bit. Sure to wear off quick. It's just a little antifreeze. And then we will put this air box back on. Oh, let me take my screw out of here. Don't need to be put back with extra pots. So that's that. Let's tighten this. Make sure you're tight. Make sure that one stayed on there good. It did. So just so you know, you don't have to take them both off. Just the driver's side. I learn something new every day. Clean it out a little bit. Dust it off. Pop her back on. So then we'll just fill the reservoir up to the fill thing, fire her up, and we'll see where we go.
So right now we're filling. Still got a little bit to go. Keep going.
You know how hard this is for a blind guy?
You're doing excellent. Still got a little ways to go. Keep going. A little more. Stop. What do you think? Is that good enough for you?
Yep, it says fill line, and that's where it is. Pretty much done. So make sure you put all your tools away. You don't want no one mad at you for losing the tools.
Put your
Make sure
cover
you
on.
clean up your mess. People don't like a mess. And also make sure you watch Udizzy, because he's the coolest dude around. You know what I'm saying? And this is how you keep your Chevy Silverado response vehicle in top running shape. When it becomes a problem, you fix it immediately. You don't waste your time. Clean everything back up. And then we'll fire this puppy right up and we'll let you hear her running. You may have to check that, after it runs a little bit and add a little more. But make sure you get the right products, OEM. Stay safe out there.
And don't forget to put your battery back on.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that next.
Later.
See how good we did. Tina, fire her up. A little bit of puff of smoke burning that stuff off, but that was it. Fire's right up. So thanks for watching. As always, stay safe out there. Peace, Udizzy.